you were saying it doesn't make sense to put a large down payment even if you have it on a home
Oh,
using your method?
yeah. Do you want me to put that on the screen too so you can watch it later?
Absolutely.
So we've got your information here, $400,000 on this new mortgage. All right. So I'm going to put this in here. So I'm going to put in another one. So we're going to open a new tab and we're going to duplicate this tab here. So $400,000. And we're going to now put in 350,000. Okay.
Yes.
So let's say we have $50,000 we could put down as a down payment. And I'm going to show you the difference between these loans. So folks, I want you to start pinging some people in here. And so I'm getting ready to go over why we never, ever put a large down payment on a loan. And if you are in the building, if you want to ask some questions, if you're thinking about getting a mortgage, if you're thinking about how to handle your debt, if you're thinking about refinancing, if you're thinking about building a home, this is going to be vital information that we're giving out to you for free of the P.I.L.L Method Club and how to pay off mortgages in 7 years. So Miss Janice, we've got 350,000. And I want you to know that when mortgage professionals compare mortgages, they're generally showing you what you're asking for. If you're asking for a 30-year loan, okay, they're going to compare two 30-year loans. So if you have a $400,000 loan at 30 years, they're going to compare it to a $350,000 loan at 30 years if you put 50 grand down. Okay.
Yes.
Here's my question to you. Do you want to keep the loan for 30 years?
No.
No. So if
H
you
no.
you said H no. So listen, if you don't want to keep the loan for 30 years, then why are they quoting you 30-year terms? So all the numbers are based on 30 years. So if you pay it off, like most of our P.I.L.L Method clients, within 7 to 9 years, so none of those numbers actually apply, do they?
They don't.
They don't. So let's take a look at the 30-year numbers. And this is why we go with what they're letting us know, because we're looking at 30-year numbers. But what if we don't keep it for 30? Watch this. So on the $400,000 loan at 6%, okay, the bank wants $463,000 in interest on a $400,000 loan. Okay, 463,000. So they actually want more in interest than the money borrowed. Okay, so that's a total of $863,000 paid back over how long?
30 years.
And you don't want a
30-year mortgage.
Exactly. You're helping me out. You're helping me out, Miss Janice. So we're going to take a look at putting $50,000 down. So now our payment is down to $2,098 instead of $2,398. So by putting $50,000 down, we're actually saving about $300 a month, right?
Okay.
Well, that's better, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
So we think.
Okay. And so now we have 350,000. So the interest on that is $405,000 total instead of 463,000. So the $50,000 down, we're better off at $405,000 interest instead of 463,000 over what period of time again?
30 years.
Which we don't want.
Correct.
Exactly. So that's what we're talking about. So this is how we're sold this. Okay. So here's what I'm saying. Let's take the $400,000 loan. Now, if you take the $400,000 loan, and if you were going to put $50,000 down, but you didn't, you still have your $50,000, don't you?
I do. Yes, sir.
And so if you had the $400,000 loan, and by listening to what we've learned so far this morning, what could you do with your $50,000 now?
I could put it on the principal.
Oh, look at you. I've got two columns here. I got cumulative principal and cumulative interest. So the thing just adds up for me, the principal amount. So if you could put that principal down in 1 month, Do you know I can go down to $50,000 here in cumulative principal? And do you know that takes me down to, I just knocked off 97 payments by putting that $50,000 down as a prepayment instead of a down payment. Now, guess what? I still have a $350,000 loan because I put the $50,000 as a prepayment. We put $50,000 as a prepayment. So the whole idea was to get to $350,000. You can put it down as a down payment and start at payment number one on a $350,000 loan. So we got $350,000 at 6%. And we start out there with payment number one, where we're paying on a $350,000 loan. Or we can get the $400,000 loan and then put $50,000 as a prepayment to principal and start out on payment number 99 on this schedule. So
that's incredible. That's better than putting the $50,000 off for your original loan.
Exactly. So we just knocked off 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 8 years and 2 months off this loan by putting the $50,000 down as a prepayment on this loan. And guess how much interest we just saved, Miss Janice? $183,000 in interest we never have to pay.
I have a silly question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so being that we put the $50,000 down to pay off the interest, we still have to make the same monthly payment though, even though we're saving on the interest, correct?
Exactly. So the monthly payments don't go away. We just make fewer of the payments.
Oh, I got you.
Right. So now by contract, we have to pay the bank every month. But by contract, we don't have to pay it for 360 months. We could actually get this thing down to 84 or 90 months instead. How would you like that? Instead of paying 360, we get it down to, 7 to 9 years. How's that?
Love that. I would love that.
That's what we're talking about. It is not necessary to pay all of that. So I want to thank you for coming into our 100th show. And listen, I want to do something for everybody in here. So we do what's called a savings and earnings report for our clients. Okay. So if they would go to ice10k.com, you can click on that link and you'll see a button that says get a savings and earnings report. Okay. You can know the month, day, and year you're going to be debt free. So Miss Janice, with the mortgage that you have now, you can plug in the information you want into this system. And then one of my assistants will get with you and then we'll do a consultation.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.